Welcome back to Genius Inside. Well, you have within you the resources to walk the path to claim your dreams. You just have to turn on the belief and turn down the fears. Let me read a quote to you. Where there is a will, there is a way. If there is a chance in a million that you can do something, anything, to keep what you want from ending, do it. Pry the door open, or if need be, wedge your foot in that door and keep it open. By Pauline Kael. Look, I urge you to spend time with me. I have a selfish and purest interest in unleashing your genius. That is my purpose. Look, we're on the same team. I need you to spend time with me daily and get this done. Let me be your friend and well-wisher for the next few weeks. You have everything you need to make your dreams come true right now. It's within you. You don't have to look around. You just have to look within. And when you look within, what do you see? The image of a badass, confident person, or a person who needs others to decide who they are? What is your self-image? That's what we're going for today. So I'm going to tell you two stories today, one about me and one about Veer. So Veer was living in a deserted village in Arabia. And one day he stumbled upon a magazine and in it was the picture of a pink Cadillac. Veer loved it. He put the picture on the wall of his hut and he believed that one day he would own it. You know, dreams and visualizations, they have great power. It's like the genie from the lamp. And he should warn you in the start saying, beware what you wish for. It will come true. And our Arab friend Veer struck gold. Gold in Arabia is oil. There was oil in his backyard and he became super rich overnight. And guess what he did before he went and bought himself a palatial house? Well, he bought the pink Cadillac. The car was delivered amidst a lot of fanfare and this was the first ever Cadillac bought in Arabia. The Cadillac company was so elated that they sent two engineers a few months later to service the car. And the two servicemen reached the palatial house of Veer and they were told that, Lord Veer has gone out for a drive and will return soon. The two servicemen stood at the gate waiting. A few minutes later, they saw a sand cloud in the distance. Oh, he's coming. The guards, alerted the servicemen. And it was very strange for them because they could see the sand cloud, but instead of the roar of the engine, they heard galloping of horses. And then the car came into view. It was a beautiful pink Cadillac pulled by 10 horses. The servicemen were shocked. Had the car broken down? It was being pulled by horses. So when the car reached the gate, the servicemen rushed to Veer. Oh, what happened to the car was the first thing they asked. And Veer smiled and said, nothing. It works just fine. See, I just came from the drive. Servicemen were confused and then they asked, but why are the horses pulling the car? And now Veer was confused. He said, if the horses don't pull it, how else will it run? The serviceman came on the side of the wheel. The key was still in the ignition and he turned it on. And the minute he did that, the car roared and it came alive. And the man says, your car has the power of 400 horses in the engine. What are you doing with 10? All you have to do is turn the key. That's us. We have within us enough power, enough energy, enough talent to create a brand new universe. What are we doing depending on others, seeking permission, waiting to be told to be successful? Everything you need to get onto the side of your ideal scene is within you. There is nothing to be bought or borrowed from outside. You will find it within. You just have to turn the key. Now, what is this key? It is the willingness to find a way. It is the willingness to be resourceful. It is the willingness to be better, stronger, and faster, and finding it within you and pulling it out into action. The key lies in the attitude. Go figure. Look, the opportunities are there right now as we speak. Right now, somebody is looking for someone who matches your exact potential, who wants to work with exactly the person like you. All the ideal scene and strengths and talent and personality you wrote about, my friend, your whole company, your whole industry is looking for you. Show up, get there. How? You ask? Well, the two magical words, go figure, will define your journey and your genius. Let me tell you about a time in school. Okay, we had guitar learning as an extracurricular activity, which I enrolled in. And then there was a band at the end of 3 months, which would play in our annual day. But here was the flaw in the system. The guitar was only available for class. You had to go back home and practice it. And I did not have a guitar at home. Neither could my father afford it. So I was told, look, you don't have the time for practice at home, so you can't be a part of the band. Hey, you are going to decide what I will do and will not do. You're going to decide what my potential is, what my dreams are, and whether I can or cannot do what I wish. I went back home and I told Dad, I need a guitar. He said, can't have it. So here is what I did. I went back to class and I made a replica, a cardboard cutout of the guitar, complete with the strings and the frets and everything. I even pasted wires in place of the strings and sticks in place of the frets. I would come back home and practice on it. And you know what? My grandfather would sometimes look at me. How insane does it look? Somebody's on a fake cardboard guitar. So where is the music? The music was in my head. And I tell you, I grew up in a time of no technology. I did not have any recording device. I would memorize the music, hum it, and come and play it on a fictitious guitar with the strums and the melody only in my head. No one knew I had no guitar at home, otherwise they wouldn't even accept me. I played in the band 3 months later, and my father bought me a guitar after that. Who is to decide whether you can or you can't do something? Make a cardboard guitar, do something, do anything. Don't wait for others to align and to support you. Support yourself. There is music within. Do you think there is music outside? Ask any music composer and he will tell you what you hear is what I already heard in my head first. I created it so you could hear. Can you hear music in your head? Yes, there is. Everything is within. When I became a motivational speaker, the first offer I got was of a personality development course. Now, I had never done this before. And at that time, no, there was no course also that would teach me. All the courses were in US and were so expensive and I would never be able to make it. There was no resource and I was told, Priya, can you do a personality development course for students? And what do you think I said? Yes. Look, there are resources. I went to the library to study the material. And we didn't have YouTube or Google back then. I sat in the library. I read biographies. I decoded the traits of a good personality. I spanned out their journey and what they had learned to get where they were. I watched inspirational movies to draw examples. I studied leaders, speeches, books, stories. I bought programs and brochures. I would order brochures from Tony Robbins and other speakers in other universities and use it as a clue to make my program so I could go and study it. And you know what? I would apply what I learned on myself and on my students. That's how I formed my personality development course. Look, how easy it is to say, oh, look, I've never done this before. I don't know where to study it. You don't know where to study it? Do you have a library close to your house? That was back then. Do you have the internet? Do you have a smartphone? Hey, what's your excuse? You go figure. The opportunity was given to me. Can you do a personality development course for us? I have to figure how to make it work and to deliver beyond your expectations. There was 2 weeks time from yes to delivery. And what do you think I did in those 2 weeks? I aligned heaven and earth and fire and water and invested my time to be up to speed, to be confident enough to deliver the course. And you know what? Whether I said yes or no, the library was there, the books were there, the movies were there, the resources were all there. My willingness decides whether I will use them to forward my journey. And that's the invitation of this week. And I did mention somewhere, right, that I was the youngest and the highest paid speaker at Indo-American Society, where I started my career as a speaker doing personality development courses. Look, I didn't attend any course. I got no certificate. I was not a certified speaker. I was self-taught and my test was me. And if you are the testimony of your purpose, then you are unmatched and unbeatable. You want to be a writer, you want to be a CEO, you want to be the world's best salesperson? Well, you have it. You have the resources, because if you didn't, you wouldn't have dared to dream. Your desire is an indication of your natural endowment. Let's test it. Write it down. What are the resources that you have that will get you to your dreams, to your ideal scene? Pull out your current reality, pull out your ideal scene and reference it. Let's make we do this. He can write, look, what are my resources? I'm a storyteller at heart. I can start writing right away. I know one author. I can find contacts from him, of publishers. I have some savings that I can invest in the marketing of my book. That's a resource. I have access to the internet. I can do research on my writing. There are so many free courses online. I am a reader. I have over 200 books. Well, use it as reference study. My landlord knows a publisher. I can get some contacts. I can use social media to connect with publishers. I can use free content on the internet to learn and sharpen my writing skills. There you are. This all is available to Veer, whether he has a dream or not. It's sitting right there. See, you don't have to fear how you will span the whole journey. It's like driving through a dark, dense jungle with no lights to show you the path. But you know what? If you can just see a few meters with the headlights of your car, that resource is enough to get you started and to get you through. 5 meters, 10 meters will keep growing as you travel into the kilometers till your destination. Get started on your resources. Don't worry about how will this help me to become a New York Times bestseller. Hey, first call the landlord. You will cover some distance. You know how on Google Map they show you some distance? Maybe it will not work. Then reroute with the next resource. Google does that for you. And the next one, don't underestimate the opportunity your current reality holds. And remember, it's not about the resources. It's about being resourceful. Don't you know so many people who have all the connections and contacts and money in the world and yet amount to nothing? Resources are not a guarantee of success. The attitude of resourcefulness sure is. Yes, there is fear of getting lost, fear of wasting time, fear of being ridiculed and being put down the minute you get out of your comfort zone. But then taking the step, despite the fears pulling you back, is the true meaning and essence of adventure. And when you place these resources, no matter how ordinary and small they may seem to you, parallelly against your ideal scene and purpose, it will make sense and bring you power. Write out your resources and make a decision to act upon them this week. You can see the simplicity and the ease in your resources, that it makes you question and doubt their power. But put it into action and you will realize how easy it is to get where you want to get. Look, success is not a difficult ride. Don't make it. It is within your means right now. At least it gets started on one. Write it in your playbook. Write to your coach. Post it on the community board. Write to me. What are you doing today and what did you get done? So let me leave you with a quote. Do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command. And better tools will be found as you go along. And that's where I'm ending the day.